Hi and welcome to Warframe Hotfix 16.10.2. Absolutely very little has happened in this, apart from... It's not... Ah, damn it, that's not one there. There are 3 new mods in Nightmare Mode missions. Seeking Fury, Animal Instinct, and the one that has to be the one to get Armored Agility. Now, what these are new Nightmare Mode mods and, well, the Nightmare Mode mods, whatever. The armor one just, that's speed and armor, and that has to be obtained to be put on Frost. So even though that said 60 minutes, it actually says 1 hour now, which means it's 61 minutes. This will not go up until I can get my hands on that mod. Side effects vary from having no power to having no shields, as you can see there, to be honest, they're the 2 worst ones. Having no shields is a pain. Vampirism. The health actually slowly goes down. This is, of course, the vampire thing I was on about. You have to get kills to stay alive. That is the kind of the biggie for this update. I mean, there are a few Ember Changes. The casting animation for World on Fire has been shortened. The base duration of acceleration is now 30 seconds, regardless of rank. Kind of like what they did with Rhino. Those weird infested guys who blind you, so the screen goes darker. That has been shortened, which is great. The biggie has got to be these things, at least in my opinion. Go over to the base stats. The reload speed. It has been changed from 2.8 to 1.4. As you can probably tell, these are kind of my main weapon. Secondary. At the moment. That's just because since they came out, I've been enjoying them a lot, but eventually I will go back to what I usually use, which is the AK stilettos. But the fact they've reduced the reload speed, so it reloads quicker. These things could be quite amazing, and that's what I was actually reading there. They've also removed the enemy scaling from some mastery tests available in the relay, improved handling of cash, fixed changes to the opticore not aiming properly when fired by what's that name? Mirage's clones, a crash occurring from the obstacle leaderboard, all meaningless, including that is, I actually didn't read that one before, but I mean the increased, they are going to be so much fun to use now. Okay, I'll admit this one straight off. The reload speed on these weapons, oh wow, I mean, I'm kind of speechless, because that is a huge improvement. Like, these weapons, the reload was the main reason I was going to stop using them. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. I mean, I'm just wasting bullets just so I can reload now. After a little bit of farming, managed to get Animal Instinct, which adds loot radar and enemy radar. I mean, on a Sentinel, that is going to be really, really useful, because that's 2 useful mods in themselves that just take up the space, and sometimes it's not really worth using them. I mean, I have personally my low gears set up to have the loot radar for finding the syndicate mark things that you have to pick up and then you can sell for rep. Well, that's got it kind of on the Sentinel, so that is going to be really useful. The impressive thing to this mod, which is still here, is it will fit onto Kubro, which makes it even more useful. The Sentinel one actually works pretty well. You can see stuff all the way up there, and you can see the fact that it says there's something back here. There it is. Wouldn't have known that was there if it wasn't for that, so that is going to come in really handy. Then there is the one I want, Armored Agility, which adds 15% sprint speed and 45% armor. Taking Valkyrie here as some Warframe math, if we drop it in there, her armor goes up to 870. as you can imagine, if you drop that in there with steel fiber, there we go, 1530. That is a lot of armor. Like a ridiculous amount of armor. So that is also going to be really useful for someone like Frost, who has a slow running speed, or Rhino, not Rhino Prime, normal Rhino, who has a slow running speed, especially now that his the Arcane helmet is no longer available. I think it's Arcane Vanguard. Now that is no longer available without buying it. That should do pretty much the same thing to increase him. But if you have that Arcane helmet, obviously he's going to be even quicker, and if you put it in Rhino Prime, he's going to be quicker again, while also making him harder to kill with that 45% armor. Bit of a pain to get these mods, but totally worth it. It really is. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now, because I'm going to play around with some builds and add this in. I mean, come on, 1500 armor on Valkyr? That is... I like that a lot. That is more than double her normal armor. I mean, come on, without that it's more than double, but with it it's madness. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.